Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. The road trip is back. For a Friday night 8 o'clock kickoff. Welcome back from the winter break, Manchester United. Only United could get such a stupid kickoff time to welcome us back. We've had every kickoff time under the sun, and yeah, I'm moaning about it again. It just happens every single week with United. I mean, 3 o'clock kickoffs are a thing of the past. Even with the old traditional FA Cup, you don't get traditional kickoffs, and everyone wants to know why the magic of the FA Cup is slowly fizzing away. It's because we're playing on a bleeding Friday night at 8 o'clock. When was the FA Cup ever a Friday night at 8 o'clock? Middlesbrough fans are alright. They're thinking, whoa, here we go. We're on the lash. You know, a weekend in Manchester, Friday night. 9,000 of them coming up tonight. Yeah, so they're alright, but my God, this is why the FA Cup is losing its appeal. It really is. I'm like, really, at 8 o'clock on a Friday? My God, I think there's even a game tomorrow at like 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. I'm like, that's not the FA Cup. I mean, come on. Anyway, getting into the game, let's look ahead. I mean, a lot has happened, hasn't it? I mean, 2 weeks off. You'd have thought we'd just been talking about maybe today integrating a new player into the team because we bought a new player in the transfer market. We had 2 weeks there then with no football, perfect time to go and get another midfielder in. But no, Manchester United, they don't do things like that, do they? It's just non-existent with United. When you think common sense, that United don't come into the equation, they don't come into the sentence, they don't mix together, do they? Common sense and Manchester United, no. We had a couple of players offered to us. It's like the board have just said to Ralph, there you go. You know that bus that Ollie was driving? Here it comes now. He's fallen off it. Just stand right in front of it, and then you're under it. They've literally put him under the bus that Ollie was driving off a cliff. That's what they've done to Ralph RANGNICK. They've taken 5 full international forwards off his books. So there you go, work with that. He said he needed a midfielder, didn't get that, even though there was cheap enough options there that he would have bought. Wouldn't cost the club that much. The club have made a fortune over this January transfer window, and let's be honest, they have. The amount of money that they're saving on wages, the loan fees they've got for certain players, the new sponsorship deal for the training kit that's just been announced. You could say United have made probably 20 to 30 million over this January transfer window. Was there not a midfielder that Ralph could have used there? And I know what the club is saying. They're saying, look, I wouldn't put it past this club. So originally the club would say, look, we're waiting for the new manager. It makes sort of sense, yeah. You don't want to bring a player in January with a manager coming in the summer. You may not like him, and then it could be another player sat on the sidelines. That looks sensible, doesn't it? But watch United actually appoint Ralph full time now at the end of the season. I mean, throwing him under the bus in January. You would not put it past them, would you? You really wouldn't. But that is it. That's the situation we're in. We're a squad down. Well, we're not a squad down. We're down in depth in the squad. Heading into the FA Cup, into the busiest period of the season now. 2 games a week all the way through February, including the Champions League. And it starts tonight against Middlesbrough. Like I said, 9,000 coming. Middlesbrough in top form. Well, not top form, but decent form. And United cannot take this game for granted. I expect a full strength team, a fully fit, ready to go full strength team, because they've had the time off. Some players obviously need more time off because it was very heart-wrenching that we didn't get the move from the football club. Blocked Jesse Lingard from going, so he's taken himself out of the squad. I'm going with what Ralph RANGNICK said, not what Jesse said, by the way, on that. I tend to sway towards what Ralph said in his press conference being right over Lingard, just off the fact that Lingard has been flirting with West Ham for the last month on social media, taking the mick out of the club. His brother's come out taking the mick out of the club, saying they were released on day release this time last year, blah-de-blah-de-blah. He said, she said, they said, we all said, let's come together and believe the man who's in charge, because that's where I'm going with this. I'm not going with Jesse Lingard and his side of the story. I'm fully behind Ralph RANGNICK on this one. Everyone's got their opinions, you may differ, but as far as it goes, football-wise, Jesse Lingard is not available for the team tonight. Say no more, really. You know what I mean? If you get your transfer blocked for one, it's hard being on 100 grand a week. But this was a game. Yeah, that still pains me that I have to say that. He's having a tough time. on that amount of money at the club that he loves, his boyhood club, you know what I mean? But an FA Cup game against Middlesbrough, you'd have thought Jesse Lingard would have thought, all right, okay, let's be professional about this. Let's look at it and go, it's a game that I could possibly get in. It's not a Premier League game, but maybe I can just show this manager what I'm made of now. Maybe I can just put everything to bed, be professional, forget about all the unrest, forget about the lies that Ollie told me. Actually look at Ralph Rangnick and go, look, he said what he wants. If you put this amount of effort in, listen to what he says, you've got a chance of getting in the team. Alanga did it. Dalot, Telles, Lindelof ahead of Maguire, Bruno was dropped. Anything is possible under Ralph. He's proved that already. So why not, Jesse, just think, you know what? Get my head down this week. I've just had 2 weeks off. I've had a week in Dubai. You know what I mean? I need another rest. No. Why don't you just think, Jesse, FA Cup? You know what? Maybe if I perform well here today in this game, I could turn the manager around and I could rejuvenate my career at Manchester United. That's what could happen. That's what a professional footballer, in our eyes, looking from the outside, should be thinking, shouldn't he? Well, that's what I think. You guys may differ. Obviously, comment below. Am I being a bit too harsh? I honestly don't think I am. But when it all comes down to it, Jesse Lingard's not available tonight. Cavani's not available tonight. Hannibal's in the matchday squad, in the first team squad, I should say. Brilliant news. Loving the fact that we've got another youth player that's been given a chance to even train. If he does well in training. So this is the thing with Ralph Rangnick. You could say, oh, I've seen it all the time, posts on social media. This player's been promoted to train with the first team, this player. Yeah, that's all good and well, but they don't get on the pitch with Ollie. Ralph Rangnick, Alanga's come straight into the team because he's impressed him on the training ground. So I know if these young players are actually coming into the training ground, playing with the first team, if they impress, then they've got a chance of playing for Manchester United. Absolutely brilliant. I love that. That's what I'm taking from Ralph Rangnick so far. He's done an absolutely amazing job with what he's been dealt. Do you know what I mean? No manager on the planet, I think, could have handled what's happened to Ralph under Ralph any better than what he has. I mean, when you look at what he's had to deal with, it's been ridiculous. It's been absolutely farcical. I'm going to put that back down, actually. Manchester Sun, woo! You look at it, what he's had to deal with Greenwood, the transfer window, the players he's lost, the players that have not been brought in. You know what I mean? Everyone's moaning, the pundits have got the knives out. And you look at it, you break it down. Since he's been in, it's only Pep Guardiola who's taken more points in the Premier League than him. So you're like, what? Exactly. And that is what I'm looking at. I'm going, he's doing a good job, and we're seeing positive signs throughout the football club, well, throughout the football team. He's having no mess off the moaners and the whiners. He's bringing in the youth players. He's playing the players that are hungry, and hopefully that's what we see tonight on the pitch. Middlesbrough, with all their fans coming, going to be a tough game tonight. Cannot take this for granted. Has to be a strong team, and I think will be a strong team. He's already hinted that Pogba may even be starting tonight. And I said this last night on the Thursday show. I said, look, if there was a 4-month period where you just want to say, look, let's just put everything to bed and have one player stand out who we know has got the quality, just see us through towards the end of the season, it's Paul Pogba. Will this situation right now suit Paul Pogba? Will he become a leader? Younger players coming through, will it bring out more in Paul Pogba? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. It may go completely wrong. I'm not stupid. We've seen two sides of Paul Pogba his whole career at Manchester United, and let's be honest, we don't know what's going to happen when he comes back into the team tonight, because he will play tonight. I'm hoping it's going to be the good Paul Pogba. I'm hoping we're going to get that siege mentality now, like I spoke about with Mark on the show a few days ago, regarding what we deal with now after losing so many players and everything that's gone on behind the scenes. I'm hoping Paul Pogba is one of them leader characters that stands up. We know he's got them characteristics in his game, so maybe Paul Pogba coming back in now will benefit, because he's been there with the younger players. He's been there as one of these younger players that's come through. He knows exactly what they're going through. Maybe he can be that leader, and I'm clutching at straws. I know I am. I said this last night, but he's in the team. I can see Maguire and Varane being at the back. I can see it being full strength. Luke Shaw's back because Telles is not available, along with Cavani. So we're looking at, for me, Dalot. This is going to be interesting with Wan-Bissaka now, because apparently Wan-Bissaka's been kicking up stinks and all sorts, turning up to late training, being banned from driving, all sorts, not helping himself or his career whatsoever. So I'm thinking that's an easy decision for Ralph. No Wan-Bissaka, Dalot stays in. De Gea obviously in goal, Varane, Maguire, Luke Shaw, no issue with that. That's more than strong enough. I do expect to see, and this is where it's going to be interesting, where Pogba plays. Because now he's got someone who could compete with Bruno, or could come in and break up the McFred. You just don't know. In a 4-3-3, how does he do it? 4-3-3, McTominay, Bruno, Pogba. Is that enough for Middlesbrough? I think it is. There's a few other ways that he could go, obviously. But when you look at it, Middlesbrough at home, we should be taking the game to them, shouldn't we? Honestly, we should be taking the game to them. I've gone with 2-0 today. I'm expecting, you know what, the front three is going to be interesting, isn't it? The front three is going to be very interesting because you've got Elanga and Rashford fighting each other. Is Sancho fit? I want to see Sancho. Come on. I'm into February now. I've seen absolutely nothing. I want to see some of this superstar, the one that was at Dortmund. I want to see these English players getting back into the England squad because you cannot ignore them. But right now you can ignore all of our English players because none of them are performing well enough. So, front line, obviously, I'm going to go Ronaldo, I'm going to go Elanga, and I'm going to go probably Rashford. I think that's what it'll be for obvious reasons. Sancho's not played for a while. We know the Greenwood situation, he's not available. Martial's gone now. So, honestly, I think it'll be Elanga, Rashford and Ronaldo. Let me know what you think, guys. What's your team lineup? How confident are you? Are you glad football's back, giving us something else to talk about other than the crap that's going on right now? Let me know. And obviously come over and see me after the game as well tonight. Have your say on the United stand if you want. Guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in. That is the first road trip back after the winter break. Hopefully after the game I'm talking a nice win for United. 2-0 I'm going all in on. Let me know what you think, people. I'll see you after the game. See you later. Bye-bye.